Wslm is bringing you all the touchdowns, tackles, and triumphs live over the radio and streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Don't believe me, just listen. Don't believe me, just listen. Come on. Don't believe me, just listen. Don't believe me, just listen. Come on. Don't believe me, just listen. Get ready for this week's games with the Eastern Musketeers, Salem Lions, and the West Washington Senators battling it out into the lights. Wslm Sports Zone broadcasts are your ticket to all the Friday night action. Don't believe me, just listen. Come on, don't believe me, just listen. Wslm Sports Zone broadcasts are your ticket to all the Friday night action. Don't believe me, just listen. Come on, don't believe me, just listen. Wslm brings the heat, and you don't want to miss a beat. Catch high school all season only on Wslm AM 1220 and 97.9 FM, where your team comes to play. And don't miss Coach's Corner each Wednesday at 7 p.m. and Indiana Sports Talk on Friday and Saturdays from 9 p.m. to midnight.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're good at insurance. But not just any insurance. We're good at...
No.
Did you forget the parking brake? Yes, you forgot the parking brake. Insurance. When the forecast calls for cheeseball-sized hail insurance. Even shouldn't have parked under that tree. Insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Call your Washington County Farm Bureau agent, Jason Petmeyer, at 812-620-8923.
This is Becky White from WSLM, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Fall is in the air, and so are the incredible deals at John Jones Auto Group. As the leaves change colors, so should your ride. Drive off in style this season with our spectacular fall savings. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, we've got a perfect match for your autumn adventures. Enjoy cozy comfort with heated seats. Get spectacular views of the fall leaves with a panoramic sunroof.
Count me down. Boys and girls, children of all ages. Hey, we're live. We're a little late. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live right here at McDonald's here in Salem for Coach's Corner tonight. Hey, we've had some technical difficulties, and we finally got it figured out. And actually, the technical difficulty, I think, was 100% my fault, but we're going to blame it on Greg, so we'll just kind of go with that. So, hey, tonight, we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. We've got Coach Brian Gleason here from Salem, Indiana. And how's it going, Brian?
Not too bad. We've had a good week of practice so far. That's exciting for us. Even though our scores don't indicate it, we're getting a little bit better as a football team.
You know, looking at the scores and all of that, you can't go based on a score and actually look at a football game and say it was a good football game or not. Because, I was looking at several games over the weekend, and when you're watching a game, some circumstances, something will happen, and within like 2 seconds, it'll change the score. But that does not reflect on how a game is actually played. On when you guys went over to Valley, what was the scenario? Was it just a containment issue with Christian Hamilton?
They dominated pretty much the line of scrimmage. We didn't help turn the ball over early, giving them a short field. We had a couple breakdowns defensively. It was a combination of things. It wasn't, but they're a good football team. They just, sometimes, they, handled us up front a little bit and, stopped what we were trying to do. We did, move the ball and scored in the first half. And, it's just, we defensively we're not doing a very good job right now. We've got to fly to the ball a little bit better. We got to run to the ball. We got to take on blocks better. We've got to, instead of catching blocks, we've got to go take on blocks. And that's a young football team. We say it every week. At some point, our guys will figure it out and get a little bit older and more experience. And we had some guys playing their first football game last week at varsity, and now it's got some experience. We've still got guys banged up. We've got some guys out, guys coming back. But Springs Valley's a good football team, and I don't think they'll lose another one the regular season. I don't think.
Looking at their, when we were over there, I was looking at their roster compared to what Salem's got, what West Washington's got, and even what Eastern's got. I mean, they've got 15 seniors on the team. When you got that kind of a roster, it's like, and I talked to their coach, and I've also talked to one of the stat guys there. He said, hey, those linemen up front, they've been playing together since third grade. So when you got that kind of dynamic between those players, it's hard to break that bond with those guys.
I think we dressed 5 seniors last Friday night. We dressed 5. We have 7 on the team, so we had 2 that were out.
Yeah.
We dressed 5. So and that's where we're at right now. There's nothing we do about it. We just got to get a little bit better. We have. We're playing. Guys are getting tougher. We're getting stronger in the weight room, and they're enjoying. We're doing great. Getting better at practice. We're practicing great. Right now, we've just run into some buzzsaws here in the last few weeks.
Right. How's the camaraderie between the players? Are they still good? As in, they're still hyping each other up and things like that, or is it?
Yeah, and it's tough when you're on a 4-game losing streak. It's tough to get that excitement and emotion and that comes from winning, and so you just. Like I told the guys, I said we're kind of in a rut right now.
Right.
We're just in a rut, and a lot of it is our opponents that we've played.
Yeah.
A lot of it is injuries. Don't sit here and make excuses, but we've got to do a better job as coaches. We got to do a better job all around in our program to, it was going to be a long shot for us to beat those guys last Friday, but what's disappointing is, it gets away from us, and the score gets to be where it is. And that's not indicative of our team. I think we're better than that. We just haven't put it all together yet. I mean, we got, since week 1, or it's basically the first quarter of week 1, we've kind of been scrambling of putting guys in different positions and trying to find the right combinations. After 2-3 key guys get hurt week 1, and it throws you as a 1A and 2A football program, that you get some key guys hurt, and you're hurting on numbers. You're scrambling to put kids in their spots. And that's kind of what we've been through, and it's nobody's really fault. It's just this is where we're at, and hopefully we get some guys back maybe this week or next, and hopefully we're full strength once we get into October.
Now going into this week's game, Corton Central, the same record you guys have. The only difference is between that and or them and you is they're a 3A team, they're a 4A team. Yeah. I don't see, and it is at Corton, which you're not only going to be fighting the football team over there, you're also going to be fighting the refs. You're also going to be fighting the rain that's coming in. I mean, regardless of not really talking about the weather we have had, we've had some phenomenal football games and some phenomenal weather for those games. Now we're getting to a situation where it's going to be just absolutely a monsoon, from what I'm understanding.
Sounds like a lot of fun to me.
Sounds like a blast. That's the best time to watch football. And to play football is, in the rain, watching the mud, flinging, sliding 25 yards, when you're running the ball and you get tackled.
Right.
That being said, do you cut down on the passing and stick more to the run game in that type of scenario?
Right. Well, I think you go into it doing what you do, and as the game goes on, you kind of play it by figure it out as you go. If you're having trouble getting the snaps and throwing, then you got to adjust. Good news for us is that we can do both.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that would say we run the ball too much anyway. So, but that's what we're geared to. We're geared to for any kind of weather, and so we'll be prepared for it. It's hard to prepare. So you get out there and get in it and do it. You really can't practice it very much. We just don't have the time to let the balls down and let the field the way it is. We want to just get better as a football team, and if it rains on Friday night, it's going to be for both teams. It's not just us.
And we haven't had rain here enough, in the last, month and a half I don't think you could actually pull enough water out of Brock Creek right now and actually water anything down. So.
Yeah, we need the water. We need the water.
We do.
Sure.
We definitely do. And that's going to be I know that's going to be a factor when it comes in. And I've even said if it's going to be that type of weather, can we not just delay delay it a week? And I know no one wants to do that, but it's something we got to think about.
Yeah, it takes it tough. You got a game the next Friday night.
Exactly.
You got you got a lot of officials. We have an official shortage in the IHSAA, and so when you delay a game, even if you just play it on the next day, you're going to struggle to get referees because referees are doing college games, they're doing youth games, they're doing JV games, they're doing freshman games, or they're not going to do it because it's their time off.
Right.
So it makes it tough.
Yeah, no,
I'm a believer. Unless it's lightning and it's danger to the kids, we need to play the game when it's scheduled.
Right. And and you said it best. With them having a shortage to officials. And if anyone's out there listening that thinks, hey, you know what, I'd love to be able to get involved with high school sports. Hey, come out and jump on the bandwagon and get over here and be an official. I mean, those officials, they get paid decent money to do that. And the only difference is, I know when you're going to court and you hate those court guys, and then they hate you, but you both, collectively, you both hate the rest.
Well, we're appreciative of what they do, of course.
Yes.
Anytime it doesn't matter what sport, anytime a referee makes a call, 50% of the fans and teams are going to like it, 50% of them are not going to like it.
So, absolutely.
Of course, we can all sit here and say, remember the time the referee did this to a young guy, but it goes both ways.
Right.
It evens out over time, and those guys do a great job. And it's thankless work. Like I said, half the crowd's not going to like you when you make a call or a decision. So.
And have you ever argued with a ref and they've actually changed the decision?
I don't think so. I don't not very. I wouldn't change. Just because that's it's tough. It's a tough job. Like I said, it's not easy. But if anybody's wanting to do that, it's a great thing for kids like in college to get into as a part-time gig.
Yeah.
You can set your own hours. Work when you want to work.
Right.
So go to ihsaa.org and and you can follow the links to get signed up. But actually, I've done it in my years past.
Yeah.
I refereed basketball a few years ago, and it's it's a good way to keep involved in the game, and it's a good way to as a part-time job. There's plenty of work out there. You think about all the tournaments and AAUs and things like that are out there that need referees, and so it'd be good work for a senior in high school or a kid going into college to supplement some of that income.
Absolutely. And I was a ref one time at a youth game, and there was a picture floating around out there, and I'm sure that Ben Bowers he's wanting to send that picture to everyone. But I was in a shirt. I had a shirt. I wasn't saying it was a little small, but it was what it was.
Right.
But I had to be the ref, so I put the shirt on, and I thought I wore it well, but they said it was awfully tight, as in you could see my heartbeat through the shirt. So, but it was what it was.
Yeah.
But well, let's get over to Corn this week and let's get the win and let's get some of these players back on the
we're fired up. We're excited. We're 1-4. This time last year we were 0-5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're making progress. We think I think the next few weeks are going to be competitive football games for us. We're just trying to get better every day. We got to get stronger. We got to get faster, tougher, and those things are happening. And I really like the way our football team, our attitude, our character, our effort. Those are the three things that I think if we continue to do those three things, eventually we'll get this thing turned around over time, and it'll work out.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, I appreciate everything you've done over at Salem. You're building a great program over there. So
I appreciate it. We just got to be patient.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Brian, and we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're good at insurance. But not just any insurance. We're good at...
No.
Did you forget the parking brake? Yes, you forgot the parking brake. Insurance. when the forecast calls for cheeseball-sized hail insurance. Even shouldn't have parked under that tree. Insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Call your Washington County Farm Bureau agent, Jason Petmeyer, at 812-620-8923.
This is Becky White from WSLM, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Fall is in the air, and so are the incredible deals at John Jones Auto Group. As the leaves change colors, so should your ride. Drive off in style this season with our spectacular fall savings. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, we've got a perfect match for your autumn adventures. Enjoy cozy comfort with heated seats. Get spectacular views of the fall leaves with a panoramic sunroof. Or take that trip with a brand new whip. Our friendly team at John Jones Auto Group is ready to help you find the perfect vehicle with financing options that fit your budget. So why wait? Swing by John Jones Auto Group today at one of our 4 convenient locations, Salem, Scottsburg, Greenville, or Corden, or visit us online at johnjonesautogroup.com to browse our full inventory. This fall, drive away with a deal that's as refreshing as the season. And remember, at John Jones Auto Group, you see so many because they pay so little.
It's time to put a little brawl in your fall, Salem.
The Campbellsburg Country Festival is back and ready.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones.
Which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy.
American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated at 812-277-1400 today.
Discount and savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
Planning to buy some land or build a new home or maybe put up a fence? Do you know your property lines? Are you in a floodplain? When it comes to surveying your property, call someone you can trust with years of experience. That's McAllister Land Consulting. Call 812-274-0860, providing fast, friendly service at reasonable rates. McAllister Land Consulting can provide a wide range of services, including residential and commercial certified land surveys, flood elevation certificates, and land usage consulting. Get to know your property. Call McAllister Land Consulting for a free quote today at 812-274-0860.
Some very unfortunate news. The ice cream machine is not working. It is down. So, but I was told that the cookie machine is working like magic tonight. So, hey, everybody come through the drive-thru and order 2 cookies. I'm just telling you, they're ready to go. So we are back and had a great conversation with Brian Gleason right there from Salem. He thought it was a very enlightening a conversation we had about the referees and that type of thing. So we got Eli here. He's y'all might have heard of him. He announces on Friday nights for the East Washington game. So how's it going, Eli?
Not too bad. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm here. It's a Wednesday night. You know, I tell everybody, you know, the worst day in a week is a Tuesday. Because you got Monday Night Football. You have nothing on Tuesday. Tuesday sucks. There's nothing. Last night I was sitting at home, and I thought to myself, I want to try to find something to watch on TV. There's no football. There was no football, and there was no football. So I went to bed early. But tonight we get to talk about football. Correct. Thursday night we got a middle school game we get to go to, and you know, get to have some fun there. On Friday, of course, we have Friday Under the Lights, and then Saturday, of course, we got college ball. And then, you know, everyone knows, you know, Sunday, all-day football. I get nothing accomplished on Sundays. I mean, nothing.
Oh, no, I can agree.
I said to my wife, looks at me, she goes, you going to do anything? Nope, I'm not going to do anything.
I'm going to do something. I want football all day.
Yeah, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say, you know what? If I don't smell that bad, then I'm not even going to take a shower.
All right. That's just the narrative. Perfect. Yeah.
And if I'm selling myself, I don't want to have to worry about it anyway. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
So let's get into you announced the Eastern game on Friday. How did things go? For the court at court.
Well, it's a matter of if the Musketeers can take care of business when they need to. They have issues with penalties. Penalties have been plaguing the team the past 3 or 4 weeks now, maybe the whole season, the past 5 weeks. It's been an issue all season, having to come off these losses, big losses against Tell City, Brownstown, and not necessarily a big loss against Cord, but still a key loss in the conference.
Which we literally thought that was never going to happen.
Correct. And this is the first win that Cord has had in 2 calendar years, so it made a great impact on their team. It only brought Eastern down further where they were, but it's just maintaining the ball and possession of the ball for the Musketeers is a big problem they've had all year this year and last year, carrying it over very well. And then penalties plague them.
Yes.
And their possession time's horrible because of those penalties. They get pushed back about 25, 30 yards behind the sticks, and then you're kind of just washed out at that point.
Yeah, because when you're back that far, you're literally looking at the sticks. You're going, man, that's 30 yards, and I know if I was a kid on that line, I'd be going, man, this is over. Can we go ahead and pump the ball? Because you're 30 yards. I mean, when it's even second and 30, you think, oh man, I tell you what, we're never going to get there.
Correct.
And you got to change that mindset with those kids and go, okay, we're going to keep plugging away and keep pounding that ball until we get to that next 30. So because one play, 30 yards, one play, you're there, Right. So and I saw during the West Washington game, saw the how penalties just absolutely demolished them. I mean, yeah, and they won that game.
Correct.
But the penalties were just absolute, which was something they just couldn't get over.
Correct. Yeah, the penalties in that game I think they had like 6 of them in the first half, and then they fixed it up a little bit, had 3 in the second half. But so I think first half penalties caused a problem for the Musketeers, and not nearly as much as it did the second half, because they didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Gave up 6 points in the second half to the Senators. But then after that point, you found them controlling that same pace every week of getting more penalties and penalties in each game, which ultimately sets them back. I mean, losing 49-0 against Tell City is a problem that they've seen multiple years. They lose they lose by big points multiple teams. It's just it's something that happens. But and I know you mentioned it with Salem's coach. It's team that you put, the teams you play.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be the teams you play, but it's just for so long this team has gone with the mindset that once we're down, we're done.
Yeah.
You lose this first quarter, you lose them the whole game.
Right.
And they wanted you to bring it back to them.
Looking at what they've done over for that program, there's a lot of kids that are playing that never have played before. So I completely understand why they're thinking, okay, well, I'm down a lot. So getting back up to that point of winning again is, I remember Tell City when I was a kid. We went to Tell City for a game. This was a sectional game, and I walked into the stadium down there, and I'm like, there is no way we're coming out with this one even alive, because these kids were gigantic, and for years they weren't that good, and then now they're starting to they're starting to climb that ladder back up.
Correct.
And when you get a young team like what Eastern is, and I say young team, not to the standpoint of you guys might have a lot of seniors on the team, but the team really has not played together.
Correct.
Because of the administration that was there prior, could not pull that together like what TJ can.
Correct. So in the previous years, coaching was kind of an issue. We brought it was a headshot to the whole team throughout many years. Went 5-5 last season. There was a great season for that last season there. It's just they might have a lot of seniors, yes, but the experience is not there for any of the team.
Right.
They haven't played together as a team. They have really no team bonding kind of situations. They do not. They might now, but what I've seen previous years, they do not. It's been a huge issue within the program, finding ways to build team morale and being able to know each other. Because every time on the sideline, every possession, all I see from each of the teammates is they're blaming this person, blaming that person. Rather than holding themselves accountable, they're blaming the people around them, which leads to more problems as a team. Absolutely. On the offensive and defensive ends, which why they're giving up 60 points a game. They're not scoring any points on the offensive end, and they're only losing games because of their mentality that they're not used to winning, and they're not finding a way to get back to that.
And TJ is going to have to actually kind of nip that in the bud, because I do see that with other teams as well. And I've always said, and I tell even the middle school team that I'm coaching now, when you point a finger at somebody, you're pointing 3 right back at you. So remember, be humble and say, you know what, I could have done this better. Instead of looking at a guy and go, you missed the catch of that ball, or you fell down on your own. Remember something, you screw up too. Instead of saying, you know what, I might not have blocked for you as good as what I could have. Correct. And fix your own issues, because if you fix your own issues, the rest of them will fix theirs. And that's how you actually have a successful program.
Correct. It's like building leaders right there. Mm-hmm. No one's going to fix their problems 100%. Nobody's perfect. Everyone's going to make mistakes no matter how you approach anything.
Right.
So on the football field, it comes down to the fact of holding yourself accountable, being humble about what you do, and then not necessarily blaming that person, but saying, hey, maybe I do this better next time, and we both can be on better communication. We both can succeed and complete this pass, or make that run in the middle, block, make a gap in the all line.
Yes.
Make a gap, make a block, don't miss a block, and actually get some yards instead of falling backwards and letting every defender through like they have the past few games and giving up about 4 or 5 sacks every game. It's just a huge issue for Musketeers, finding a way to get to where they want to be when their mindset's just so low that it's just hard to build a leadership program there when you have seniors that have been around a losing program for 4 years.
Right. Well, let's talk about what's coming up this week for the Musketeers. This week, you guys went up against North Harrison, which, Jordan beat North Harrison. So I do see that with, you guys are a 2A, they're a 3A. That really shouldn't matter at this point. North Harrison is, trying to rebuild their program as well. And, and something I talked to Brian about a while back was, you think about, these programs in Washington County, where, you have the Musketeers, you have West Washington, you have Salem. You look at all 3 of those programs, and the oldest program we have right now is 5 years, 5 to 6 years, and, it takes a while to build a program. Right. I know, when TJ came in, he's like, hey, we got 39, 40 kids. We're year before that, they can barely make a team. Remember something, when you have that type of a jump, it doesn't mean that you're just going to automatically win. I want everyone to understand that, especially people who listen to this program, because if you're expecting just to win just because of the people you have and just because of the new people that's coming in, that is not the key. The key is to build that program over time, so that way when those kids are in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and they're coming up through middle school, and they come up through the high school, they know what to expect from that coach, and that coach will be able to succeed with a program because they know, and these kids have played together, and the discipline and the everything, the whole package is there within that group to make a successful program. So remember that if you're wanting to look at your kids and go, hey, we want to play football, get them out there, get them playing football now, as in like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, because what's going to happen is by the time they get to 8th grade middle school, they're behind.
Correct.
And this, with what the Musketeers are doing right now, it surely shows that they are behind. And I'm not saying they can't catch up by the end of the year. I mean, we still got, sectionals are coming. I mean, I was just saying the other day, I was like, I was talking to my wife, and I said, what week are we in? It's like, oh, we're in week 6? I mean, it's over half over, and I'm going, where'd it go? Because I was just complaining that no football season's not started yet. Now here we are, week 6. So, I want everyone to understand that these times go by very, very quickly, and to get your kid out there and get them to understand what this game of football really is.
Correct, and I think it comes back to the high school programs as well. There's youth programs they have, like you mentioned, 3rd, 4th grade, 5th, 6th grade. Those are becoming more individualized to schools rather than just the Salem YMCA, stuff like they used to be. So getting those high school athletes involved with the younger generation, being down there, teaching them some things they know, gets them excited about it, gets them excited to play. It'll let them see how things are at the high school level at such a young age that they'll start to prepare themselves mentally, maybe not physically yet, but mentally, to know that this football team it's held to a higher standard, and discipline is there. If you go down and show those youth programs that you're involved, you want to get to know them, and that they're important to you, and that their program down below, just because they're not varsity, it means something to the school, and it's the future of the program. Why not go down there and help the youth league out when you can? I go through every school that exists. It's the big issue is finding programs that want to help the ones that their successors. It's just hard to find those kind of programs that want to do that. And that was one thing I was told in my basketball career at Eastern, is that we got to get involved with the younger generation, because they're the ones that are going to be following you up once you leave. You graduate next year, you graduate in 3 years, who cares? You're not going to be with those kids in their time playing basketball. At least get involved and let them know what high school basketball is all about.
And, you have a lot of kids you have a lot of parents, you have a lot of dedicated, alumni that go, I want to give back, or I know it's kind of funny. My parents used to tell me, well, why do you want to get involved for? Because you're done with that. And I can tell you, if you have a passion for it, and getting out there and actually, and when you think about what you can do to give back, a lot of people have a lot of knowledge about football that don't realize. It's not just what's football, basketball, baseball. Get out there and teach those kids. Jeff Medlock was one of the ones, I have to say, that he did it for years. Didn't have a kid in the program. And I asked him one time, I'm like, why do you do this? Because I had a kid in the program. He goes, I have this passion for football that's just, and he wants to win. He wants to teach these kids, not just teach them the game of football, but teach them how to be better men, how to be better people within our society. That's literally what football can do if taught the correct way.
Correct.
And like you said, having those kids go down and to work with the youth. I mean, that's huge, because I can tell you this. I remember when I was in youth. When I saw a high school kid come down, he's all got his pads on and got his jersey on, and I was like, I want to be that. I want to be that.
Look up to him.
Absolutely. And that's what these kids do. Even on the middle school level, when they see kids in high school, they see that stuff, and they want to emulate that. Now, that being said, they also will have the understanding to be able to get to that level. You have to have the grades. You have to not be able to get in trouble. You have to make sure that you do the things the correct way to make sure you don't make the coaches mad. It's a respect thing. It's a you learn so much as in a discipline. It's a discipline that you learn with those kids, and those kids need that. A lot of the kids nowadays, they don't have that in youth sports.
It's needed to understand that playing any kind of sport isn't a right; it's a privilege.
Yeah.
You got to earn those. You got to earn those privileges, and they can take it away just as quickly as you got to them.
Absolutely.
So it's one of those things for many sports, is that I believe that with football and any of these major sports that are main media, is that you have to find a perfect medium. You got to understand how to lose before you can understand how to win.
Absolutely.
Because there's no perfect medium. You're going to do both
right.
in any kind of life. It builds character, it builds discipline, and it all starts with understanding that you're never going to win everything. You got to lose to know how to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Eli, it's great talking to you. Hey, come back. This has probably been one of the best conversations I've had with one of the Eastern guys. I really appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Coach Jeremy Lowry.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
The City of Salem Parks and Recreation Department is planning activities for your children and will have several events and opportunities this fall and winter. And don't forget to take advantage of our facilities at DePaul Park and Riley's Place Playground. Shelters are available to reserve by calling the office at 812-883-2895. There is an outside grill, picnic tables, and 4 basketball goals. Community Park on Salem's east side has a variety of activities, from basketball and tennis to skateboarding, and it's also the location for t-ball games, youth baseball, and adult softball leagues almost every evening and weekend. If you would like to reserve a field, please contact the Parks Department. Also, there is playground equipment, a covered shelter and picnic area, and volleyball and a basketball court at Elizabeth Street Park. For additional information, call Tom Foltz at 812-883-2895 or stop by his office in City Hall.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The Quarter Pounder is coming on the field. Filet of fish and those golden delicious fries are warming up on the sidelines. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You'll score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious tastes all day long, including buy 5 McCafe drinks and get one free. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long.
Or stop by 603 South Main Street today. And be sure to tune in at 8 p.m. on Wednesday nights with Bubba Abbott on Wslm AM 1220 and FM 97.9 for Coach's Corner, our live local coaches show that broadcasts live each week from McDonald's in Salem. Tune in to hear what Eastern, Salem, and West Washington coaches have to say about the next big game.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are live right here at McDonald's to where the ice cream machine is broken. And we have the cookies. The cookies are actually working on point tonight.
Fresh baked cookies.
That's
Can't
right. And that is the voice of the West Washington Senators, Jeremy Lowry. So
I know a little bit about the menu here, Chris.
Just a tad. I mean, that's a pretty good. I tell you what, honestly, when I come here, and I remember the first time I ever met you. You were standing right over there with your mom and your wife, and I might have even had a complaint. I'm not 100% sure. And the funny thing is, he looked at me and he goes, "We will take care of you right now." And then you did. You took care of me right there, and I was like, "That's great, man." Didn't even know who you were at the time. So yeah.
Hey, I'm sitting here looking at you, and behind your right shoulder is this Coach's Corner sign.
Yeah.
And it's the same sign, man. I remember exactly when that thing was made and put up. We used to be around the other corner than what we are now.
Yeah.
But no, a lot of incredible memories in this place.
Yeah. So, hey, we got a special guest with us tonight.
We do.
Hey,
we do. Great.
Hey, don't be nervous. There's only millions and millions of people listening to us right now. There's not. It's maybe 100.
Yeah.
So let's dive into this game last week, Coach. I know we hate to. I don't think anyone's actually really wanted to talk to me tonight. So hopefully you can actually, want to talk to me about what happened last week.
Well, we had a homecoming game at West Washington. It was a great electric atmosphere. Paoli was coming to town, which is always a big game, big conference game, and they came in the game undefeated and in control of the PLAC because they had already beat Valley, they had already beat Perry. So we were trying to play spoilers. Thought we had a good plan, but just not enough. They're a very experienced team up front in their O&D line, and I think that made the difference as the night went on. But super proud of how the Senators came out and competed and had a little early adversity. We were able to fight through that, and really for the bulk of the first half, very competitive football game. I thought we mixed it up well on the ground and in the air. Had some some nice plays in the throw game. And we're developing. I mean, we're a work in progress, and we're 5 weeks in now, and we know a lot more about our team than we did 5 weeks ago. And this is the point of the season where, you gotta improve on those areas that are lacking, and you gotta play the hand that you got.
Right.
And we've got a nice hand, and we just got to continue to work to our strengths. And
I think probably one of the nicest things about our football team is, other than a great group of kids that are eager to learn, a young group that's continuing to get better, is we're going to spread the football around, and we can run it, we can throw it, and we just got to continue to hone in on those areas and sharpen our tools, and I feel really good about our football team moving forward. The last 2 weeks, we played 2 really good football teams, and come this Friday, we're headed hour-and-a-half trip, North Davies. Got to make the trip. Don't know what the weather's going to be. Who knows? And we're going to go in there, and they're a 4-1 football team.
Yes.
So there is no breaks. That's part of it, and that's what we like. We like to go play, high levels of competition, get exposed early in the season, know what you got to work on so you can get into playing your best ball in the tournament. And so we expect another really good football team Friday night. But I can guarantee you our last 2 games, I think it's going to show up. The physicality of the type of football we've had to play the last 2 weeks, I think it's going to show this Friday.
I was up in the booth and I was actually announcing the game, and one thing you actually kind of do when you get up there is you have a different perspective when you're calling a game, because you're and I tried telling Tara, when we started doing this, I said I'm not going to announce the games because I want to watch my kid play. And when I went up that booth and you're announcing the games, you're so much more involved in that game when you're announcing each play. It's like it really it's unbelievable in what you actually learn.
Sure.
And when I'm watching that game last week, and we bring the ball down to the red zone, which we were there multiple times, and we can't kind of get to that next. We can't get it in there.
Right. It's not a new issue. It's showed up throughout the year, and we expect that to get better. I mean, we're working hard on it, and our kids, great practice this week, incredible energy. If you'd have come to our practice and known that we were on a 2-game losing streak, you wouldn't have known we were on a 2-game losing streak. Our kids are getting after it. They believe in what we're doing. They believe in each other. And, the collective attitude is we're going to get through this. We're in a grind of our schedule midway through the year, and you just put your head down and work. And that's what they're doing.
So let me ask you, we got to talk about this weather coming in. Every game we've had so far has been dry. This weather is going to be gnarly. So we'll see. What do you do differently? I mean, I didn't see the sprinklers going out.
Right.
I didn't see, nothing happening out there. I didn't see you guys pulling water from the pond that's down the road there. So, I mean, what do you do? Do you work on more of a run game, a practice, or do you actually just stick to the same practice as what you normally do?
We are creatures of habit, and we're going to get in our routines, and that's what we feel comfortable doing. I learned a long time ago there's certain things you can't control.
Yeah.
As much as you want to control them, you can't. and the weather, who knows? We could get hammered Friday night, or who knows, this whole thing somehow could miss us. I've seen that happen before, too.
Yeah.
So you just go in, you prepare your team, you go through the scouting report like you always do. You address the concerns, so obviously kids are going to be prepared, like some dry clothing to change at halftime, some different things to keep you comfortable, maybe a little fresh in the second half. But other than that, you go do what you do. I mean, we go through our PBS drills every week, which is perfect ball security.
Right.
We do that every week.
Yeah.
That's just part of your routines, and you can't let this thing control you.
Right.
It's just one of those deals you got to go get after. I will tell you this: generally, when you get in those type of games, the team that tends to embrace the environment sooner, like dives in, doesn't wait around, don't walk around the pool, stick your toe in the water, just dive your back end in. That's generally the team that fares better in that situation.
Right. Let's get with Hayden here. So Hayden, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're an 8th grader.
Yes, sir.
So so you play middle school. How long have you played football?
Ever since I can remember. Ever since they let me.
Wow. I remember one time, he was playing over here at Salem, and you were playing, for West Water
Fractured ankle.
Yeah, fractured ankle. Yeah, I'll get it out here. It takes me a minute. So, but I remember you sitting there and Gavin sitting with you, and he was just like, "Man, this kid's going to be really good." And Mary had telling me this kid's going to be really good one day. So, just to let everybody know, he's pretty good. So, what position you play?
I play middle linebacker and some right tackle.
Right tackle. So you're in on offense and defense.
Yep, all the time.
Yeah. So what's your favorite position on that?
Middle linebacker.
Middle linebacker. You like defense better, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. On offense, you just get to block. Yeah.
Hayden's got a nose for the ball, man. He's fun to watch. He gets after it. You can tell that defense is his love. It's natural to him. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, there's been plenty of times I've said, "Hey, we're gonna go easy on the seventh graders." I look over and there's Hayden wrapping some kid up, throwing him about 14 feet. So I'm like, "Hey," he goes, "Oh, my bad."
No, I encourage anybody that hasn't got out to watch our junior high play. Super fun group to watch.
It is. Yes.
Both 7th and 8th grade, and we've got great numbers down there. Coach Bowers and Chris and the rest of the staff, those guys have done a great job of really helping us build the culture that we want at West Washington, and really setting the foundation on things that are really going to make our program continue to grow and get stronger as the year goes on. And just super fun group. They're fortunate enough. They still got some football to play, but so far hadn't lost a game yet, and won in pretty dominating style. And we're just going to go out again on tomorrow night. Go down to Paoli and put our best foot forward and go out with high expectations. And our full intention is to continue to do what we've been doing.
Absolutely. If you've seen some of the things that Hayden's been able to do on the defense, and be able to block on offense as well. I mean, he does a great job out there of getting the person that's got the ball and wrapping up and doing the fundamentals. That's one thing I want all these young kids to understand is the fundamentals is where you have to go to all the time. And Hayden really embraces that. So
yeah, it's we sit here and we talk about and everybody wants to analyze everything, but at the end of the day, it's a pretty simple game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go block, go tackle, go take care of the football. Go play aggressive style football, and that's what we've been able to do, and it's fun. Obviously, our high school program's gone through a tough stretch the last couple of weeks, but we know we're going to bounce back, and we believe in our kids. We got great kids in our locker room, but then you start looking, our 8th grade hasn't lost, our 7th grade hasn't lost, our 6th grade hasn't lost, our 5th grade hasn't lost. Our 3rd and 4th graders were separated up into 2 different teams. They're the 3 seed going into the, being separated. They're the 3 seed going into the tournament this weekend. So we're super excited because we had a lot of great numbers, a lot of great kids, and some really good football players that are coming up through our program.
And I see that when you look at the Paoli program, when you look at the Spring Valley program, and I'm gonna go back to those 2 games that we did lose. They both had a full roster of seniors.
Absolutely.
And when I look at what West Washington's doing, and what when you look at what 7th and 8th grade is, I mean 7th grade has enough on their roster to basically play each other. 8th grade has enough on the roster they can play each other. So it's not like we have
when you got
eighth graders and 7th, they're full.
Yeah, when you're 50 strong at the junior high. 50 strong at the junior high, 75 strong at the youth league. Next year we'll break the 50 mark at West Washington on our roster, which is a big deal, and very well could break the 60 mark. And who knows in a couple of years what that pushes to. And those aren't watered down numbers either, because these we're getting to a point where these kids are playing through our youth program, playing through our junior high program. We're talking about program kids. We've had the last couple of years, just where we were at the high school, we've had to we've had to manufacture some classes, getting some kids that come out, you know, like as a freshman that didn't play before, and that's great. We're going to continue to do that because, you know, we love building our numbers, and we believe in what we have to offer as a football program. But, you know, it sure is nice when you start stacking classes together of program kids that have been all the way through your system, and that's on the horizon, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, because, you know, we're losing, 5 seniors this year. So, you know, they're losing 5 seniors.
You'll have 25 coming in.
And you get 25. I mean, that's huge when you look at what kind of, you know, and I'm not talking just 25. I'm talking 25 good, solid players. I mean, that's not, these are just, you know, 25. Oh, yeah, just come on in. You know, I know you never played. Well, no, these kids are after it. They're out there and they're putting their nose to the grindstone.
And they love football.
They love football.
They live, they eat, they breathe football, and you know, don't get me wrong, we've got that in our varsity locker room now.
Yes.
But it gets better when there's more of it.
Exactly, absolutely. Yes, it does. Well, hey, go out tomorrow night. Let's put a hurting on Paoli and let's bring home that W.
Will do.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy, it's great talking to you. I'm so glad you come in and visit with me, and you know, we got, you know, you guys come in and we do this show every week, and, you know, a lot of people don't understand that, you know, this is taking a lot of time from your family, and I just want to tell you, hey, you know, how much I actually appreciate you coming in and taking that time to talk to all the viewers and talk to all the fans about what we're doing here in Washington County.
We appreciate what you guys do, and you know, I enjoy coming in.
Yeah.
You know, enjoy bringing players
Absolutely.
in, like Hayden in, and getting to share with everyone how excited we are about our football program.
Absolutely. Hey, again, thank you all, and we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
We believe strongly in the power of education.
We also understand the impact it has on the success of communities across Indiana.
We see this through our work at the IHSAA, teaching 160,000 student athletes through education-based athletics.
And we see this through our work at Ivy Tech, where over 90,000 Indiana high school students are earning dual college credit while finishing high school.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig.
And I'm Dr. Sue Elsperman, President of Ivy Tech Community College.
We're proud to partner with organizations like Ivy Tech that prioritize education and community.
At Ivy Tech, we have more than 70 programs,
helping Indiana high school students get a head start on college and their careers.
We offer the state's most affordable tuition and have saved families over $100 million this year.
Providing learning opportunities for Hoosier students is how we build a strong Indiana. This is the power of community.
This is the impact of education.
This is your IHSAA. We believe strongly in the power of education.
We also understand the impact it has on the success of communities across Indiana.
We see this through our work at the IHSAA, teaching 160,000 student athletes through education-based athletics.
And we see this through our work at Ivy Tech, where over 90,000 Indiana high school students are earning dual college credit while finishing high school.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig.
And I'm Dr. Sue Elsperman, President of Ivy Tech Community College.
We're proud to partner with organizations like Ivy Tech that prioritize education and community.
At Ivy Tech, we have more than 70 programs,
helping Indiana high school students get a head start on college and their careers.
We offer the state's most affordable tuition and have saved families over $100 million this year.
Providing learning opportunities for Hoosier students is how we build a strong Indiana. This is the power of community.
This is the impact of education.
This is your IHSAA.
53rd season of Coach's Corner on WSLM and gearing up for another season of high school sports on the radio. I'm your host, Chris Hunt, and we're going to bring together all three coaches, their staff, some players. We're going to set them down at the table. We're going to talk about the previous games, and also we're going to talk about the games coming up. Join me live at McDonald's Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock for Coach's Corner.
Slider, a taken strike, and it's 0-2 on Naylor. Santillan readies, and now Naylor wants time and backs out of the box.
I mean, you look at the pants for Josh Naylor. He's got them above his kneecaps, and that would tell me right away that's not a style thing. That's an umpire thing. I want the ball up because that's where I'm most successful. Those are the kind of small details you have to pick up.